What's going on, guys? Super Savage 789 here, bringing you guys a video. And today doing War of Naruto Train with the Scroll of Sea Episode 1. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. In this timeline, Jiraiya, being the reckless shinobi he is, gets an idea as to how to make his student stronger. He approaches Tsunade about the training trip, asking her for permission for the scroll. Naturally, Tsunade would refuse. The scroll holds many forbidden jutsus, and Naruto is merely a genin, and Jiraiya would back off. Jiraiya tells Naruto about the training trip and would tell him where to meet when the time comes. Naruto thinks that it's odd that he has to wait for Jiraiya and they won't be leaving together, but nevertheless he agrees. As Naruto waits in the spot he was told, bored out of his mind, he feels the ground shake under his feet like a stampede is coming. He looks to see Jiraiya conveniently running, holding the scroll in his hand, being followed by a bunch of Anbu who want to take it back. "Naruto, run!" Jiraiya shouts, and the duo run away, escaping the Anbu's grasp. Over the 2.5 years, Jiraiya would let Naruto use the scroll to train. It's handy as it not only makes Naruto stronger, but it gives Jiraiya some free time for his research. He'd read every page of the thing, scanning the plethora of jutsu inside, his eyes wide in excitement. He learns the secrets of the shadow clones through looking at the page yet again, meaning his training time can be sped up greatly. He'd learned the Shuriken Shadow Clone Jutsu with ease, since the skills are most likely transferable from the regular Shadow Clones. When showing Jiraiya, he nearly turned his master into a pincushion if he didn't have the substitution jutsu. Next up he would learn the Flying Raijin, which he'd find useful, especially when combined with the Shuriken Shadow Clone Jutsu. When showing it off to Jiraiya, the Toad Sage would have a massive grin over his face, telling Naruto that the technique was signature of the fourth. It inspires Naruto to get even stronger hearing this. Naruto would go back to learn some more jutsu, however Jiraiya would advise him to stop scrolling without purpose. If he plans on getting Sasuke back, he should learn a technique that will make it possible to defeat him. Believing this is a good idea, Naruto hands his sensei the scroll, asking if he has any idea. After some looking, Jiraiya points at one called Infinite Darkness Jutsu. To learn the jutsu, Naruto would go away and train with his clothes for longer than it took the other techniques. This is due to it being a genjutsu. It is a basic genjutsu, however, so after a month of trying, he'd learn the jutsu. He demonstrated to Jiraiya right as a girl is about to take her shirt off, getting Jiraiya to scold his student for learning timing. Many of the jutsu Naruto reads are all elemental jutsu, leading to Naruto getting his affinity checked, being wind. He would do wind chakra training with Jiraiya, telling Naruto that he could try to complete the Rasengan at this rate. Naruto would learn the Rasen Shuriken early, impressing Jiraiya even more at his student's speed in learning techniques. Since Tobirama made a lot of forbidden jutsu, there'd be quite a few water chakra jutsu, so Naruto begins to learn a couple of these, like the Water Dragon Jutsu. As Naruto skimmed through the pages, his eyes locked onto a jutsu that already felt sinister to him. Edo Tensei. He'd read the instruction of the jutsu, feeling creeped out at it. Jiraiya would tell his student to never use the jutsu unless absolutely necessary, which Naruto would agree with. Nevertheless, he does remember the hand signs for it and how to use it. When returning to the leaf, Tsunade would find Jiraiya and hit him over the head, taking the scroll off of him. She'd place the scroll back where it belonged and tells Jiraiya that if he tries that crap again, she'll kill him. While this is going on, Naruto tells Sakura that he got her a present. As she begins to blush, she becomes livid when seeing it's a kunai with weird markings. She doesn't want it, however Naruto keeps insisting for her to have it. Reluctantly, she takes it. To see the progress the Team 7 has made, Kakashi will hold another bell test. Naruto would still rush Kakashi as normal. As they fight, Sakura grabs the kunai Naruto gave her and throws it at Kakashi, who catches it. He looks at it, thinking it looks familiar, before Naruto appears in front of him, almost grabbing the bells. Kakashi realizes that Naruto has learned the Flying Raijin, and throws the kunai away before Naruto throws a bunch more. A bunch of Naruto clones sprout out, attacking Kakashi from every side, who manages to use aerial combat to his advantage to knock them away. Somehow, one of the Narutos manages to grasp the bells, but Kakashi quickly dispels him to make sure he doesn't take them. When Kakashi lands, Sakura jumps at him, throwing a punch at him, which Kakashi has to barely dodge. That's when Naruto appears right in front of him, which shocks Kakashi. He can't see any kunai. He then remembers that he can have markings anywhere, and looks at the bells, to see the Flying Raijin marker on it. Naruto manages to grab the bells, and throws one over to Sakura, giving Team 7 the win much earlier. After this moment, Kakashi would get a kunai from Naruto, learning about how he learned the jutsu. I could see Kakashi telling Naruto that his father used the jutsu quite well. My dad knew the jutsu as well? That's crazy! Jiraiya said Lord Fourth knew the jutsu really well as well. Oblivious as ever, Sakura would lean in, asking Naruto if his father was the Lord Fourth. After thinking it over, Naruto freaks out, realizing his father was the Hokage. Naruto begins to pester Kakashi about his father, with Kakashi having to threaten Naruto or Raikiri to leave him alone and let him enjoy his book. When Naruto steals his book and runs away, Kakashi swears revenge, chasing Naruto down a bunch of jutsu. Also around this time, Naruto would go around giving all his friends flying Raijin kunai, meaning he meets up with them all much earlier. He tells them if they ever need him to throw the kunai and he'll appear. As per canon, Gaara would be taken and Team 7 would be dispatched to handle it, coming across Itachi. On seeing the Uchiha, Naruto gets an idea that he can try. He attempts to use the Infinite Darkness Jutsu, however he finds he's already in a Genjutsu, so it becomes useless. When chasing down Deidara, Kakashi tells Naruto to calm down. He has an idea. Instead of using Kamui, he grabs the Flying Raijin Kunai and charges it with Lightning Chakra, launching it at Deidara. It stabs into his back, making the explosion expert groan in pain. He turns around to bomb Kakashi for that pot shot, but instead sees an angry Naruto stun his clear creation with her Rasengan in hand. Before Deidara can react, he is hit hard in the gut with a spinning ball of chakra, flinging him down to the ground. As Naruto tends to Gaara, Kakashi rushes over to deal with Deidara, throwing a Raikiri at him that Deidara can barely react to. He blocks it with one arm, getting it sliced off completely. Using C2, Deidara jumps onto the clear dragon and begins to create landmines to beat the Copy Wheel Ninja. Using the Headhunter Jutsu, Kakashi goes underground using lightning jutsu to defuse him. He leaps back out and catapults himself into the air using Gale Palms to fly through the air. Deidara bombs Kakashi to the ground, however it distracts the blonde with a Rasen Shuriken and hits him in the back, killing him in a couple seconds flat. As per canon, Shio sacrifices herself and Gaara is revived. Since Kakashi never uses Mangekyo, he isn't admitted to hospital. Team 7 still gets Sai, even though Naruto hates having him. As they all move, Kakashi notices Naruto and Sai being at odds, and decides on a bell test to boost their morale. Sai attacks Kakashi using ink snakes and birds to grab the bells. He can get Kakashi off guard, for Naruto to throw a flying Raijin kunai near him. Instead of teleporting to Kakashi, Naruto waits a bit longer for it to get near Sai, and slaps him in the back of the neck, leaving a flying Raijin marker on its neck. Kakashi notices this, and although he doesn't mention it, he calls off the test and instead apprehends Naruto to a tree, meaning he can't have dinner despite his best wishes. The Tenchi Bridge incident would occur like normal, except the way they took down the Four Tails was with a ceiling tag. They noticed Sai is gone, with Kakashi and Naruto glad that Sai had a flying Raijin marker planted on him. The trio teleport to Sai's location, where they find him in Orochimaru's hideout. That whole thing then goes the same. When meeting up with Sasuke, they have a scuffle similar to canon, except for one key change. Naruto had managed to plant a flying Raijin marker upon the Uchiha. He wouldn't tell anyone though, since it would be him to bring Sasuke back, and everyone would try to interfere. Since Shikamaru is so smart, he'd most likely realize the mechanics of the special kunai he was gifted. So when Asuma is beaten by Hidan, Shikamaru thinks fast, throwing the kunai, which Naruto would teleport to, catching it mid-air, giving it back to the Nara clan member. Shikamaru tells Naruto to get Asuma to Tsunade immediately. Although Naruto wants to fight, he nods, grabbing Asuma. He teleports to Sakura, who happens to be with Tsunade, and asks her to heal Asuma, which she begins to do. Not wanting to leave his friend, Naruto teleports back, telling Shikamaru Asuma will be fine. Kakazu would comment that Naruto is a Nine-Tails, so they might as well capture him here now. Hidan would attack, but Shikamaru catch him in a shadow possession, telling Naruto he's immortal so he can go ham. He decapitates him, despite Hidan's anger to this. Kakazu and Naruto begin battle, with Naruto proving just how strong he's become. He hits him with a Rasen Shuriken, destroying three of his hearts with just one attack, leaving Kakazu both angered and confused at the boy's strength. He sprouts his final mass that tries to blast Naruto, however he teleports to Shikamaru to dodge it. He throws a shuriken at Kakazu before cloning it into thousands. Kakazu tanks him all with his earth armor, leaving him wide open. Naruto throws a kunai at Kakazu, teleporting to it, hitting him with a Rasengan, destroying his final mask. Before Kakazu continues, Ino arrives and uses a mind possession on him to take him over. Using this opportunity, Naruto stabs Kakazu through the heart, killing him as quickly as possible. When returning to the Leaf, they learn that Asuma is alive, however he's in critical condition recovering. Hidan will be given to the Yamanaka clan for mind reading, to learn about the rest of the Akatsuki, giving them valuable intel as to Pain, Conan, Kisame, and Itachi. But guys, that's going to leave it here. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment below since it's going to happen in the next episode. You guys really wanted this one? I thought it was pretty good, especially with Naruto getting the flying Raijin. Yeah, and the next episode we should cover Naruto versus Sasuke, so that should be fun. And, yeah. Bye!